I'm simply trying to figure out why everyone is upset with Brian Kelly and Lincoln Riley for the way they left their previous jobs to take the USC and LSU job. I'm going to talk about it right after the bumper. What's good people? Jeff Lightsey Jr. here with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload every single day. Now, there has been a lot of chatter online from a ton of people, from fans to former alumni to whoever is in college football, about the departures of Lincoln Riley from Oklahoma and Brian Kelly from Notre Dame. Lincoln Riley, of course, is now the head coach of USC, fight on, and Brian Kelly is now the head coach of the LSU Tigers. Go Tigers. And people are upset by the way they left their teams because, Notre Dame actually has a legit shot to make the playoff if a couple of crazy things happen this weekend. And Oklahoma had a 10-win season, is going to play in a pretty good bowl game. But people are upset by the way they left because they left essentially before the season is over. And I'm like, what? like there's a lot of things wrong with college football. Having the coaches leave before the bowl games is not one of them, especially when you have a early signing day. Think about it. A lot of recruits, not even a lot, probably most of the recruits out there in the recruiting pool are signed in December. Well, if you're the head coach of a new team, not that you're leaving a team, you're going to be the head coach of a new team, then of course you want to go out there and recruit and sign some guys before the December signing period. College football made that rule. Brian Kelly didn't make that rule. Lincoln Riley didn't make that rule. And so therefore, of course they are going to leave their teams before December. Of course they're going to leave their teams as soon as the regular season is over. Of course they are going to leave their teams and go to their new team so that way they can build their new program and get the players that they need into their new program. Just like when the kids transfer after the season is over, regular season, and don't play in bowl games. Just like when the kids are declaring for the NFL draft and they don't want to play in the Lollipop Bowl or whatever, just like the kids who opt out of the season, whether it's last year, this year, or whatever. The coaches are doing the same thing. So I don't understand what is the big deal. Brian Kelly gave 12 long, hard, good years. He is the all-time winningest coach at the University of Notre Dame. Has the most wins in school history. 12 years. Why are you upset with that man? Why are you upset? He gave you 12 years, a national championship appearance, and 2 college football playoff appearances, and potentially a third one if you go this year, because that goes to Brian Kelly. Don't go to Marcus Freeman or anybody, Tom Reeves or anybody else, Lou Holtz, anybody else. It don't go to any of them. It goes to Brian Kelly. Lincoln Riley, Oklahoma. In 5 years, he won 4 Big 12 championships. 4. In 5 years, he won 4. Went to the college football playoff, 2 or 3 times? With Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield. So he went 3 times. Gave you 2 Heisman Trophy winners, 2 number 1 overall picks. Another guy who finished second in the Heisman voting. And that same guy went in the second round, early second round. How are you upset with that man? How are you? Just explain it to me. Explain it to me. How are you upset with the man that's 4 Big 12 championships, 2 Heisman Trophy winners, 2 number 1 overall picks, another guy who went early in the second round and was second in the Heisman voting, a number of first-round picks, a number of NFL guys, and Oklahoma got sprinkled all over the NFL because of Lincoln Riley. How can you be upset with him? And got you another quarterback, Caleb Williams. Now it's determined whether he's going to transfer or not. But if he stays, another guy that could potentially win the Heisman and go number 1 overall. What is there to be upset about? What is there to be upset about? Please explain it to me. I'm a Louisville fan. I know disaster when I see it. What you had at Notre Dame and what you currently have in Notre Dame, what you had at Oklahoma and what you currently have in Oklahoma is nothing to be upset about. It's far from disaster. It's far from chaos. The cupboard is stocked at those places. At Notre Dame, the cupboard is stocked. This is the best the program has ever been, or one of the best the program has ever been. It's hard to coach at Notre Dame. Guys have to go to class. Guys have to actually have good GPAs to get in. Guys have to actually, be student athletes. And a lot of guys that play high-level D1 football don't want to be students. They just want to be athletes. Brian Kelly gave you 12 years. That's like, 12 years at Notre Dame are like dog years. It's like having 50 years at another institution. Let him go be happy at LSU. Lincoln Riley gave you 5 good years of never dropping off. Honestly, elevated from where Bob Stoops was at. 4 Big 12 championships. You should be happy. Bob Stoops in 20 years had 2 Heisman Trophy winners. In 20 some odd years. Adrian Peterson probably should have won it, but he only had 2. Mike White, Sam Bradford. He only had number 1 overall pick, Sam Bradford. In 5 years, Lincoln had 2 Heisman Trophy winners and 2 number 1 overall picks and had an offense that revolutionized college football. Be happy with what you have, man. You're going to get somebody good. Notre Dame got Marcus Freeman. It's a good coach. Oklahoma, it's a good institution. They're going to get Brett Venables or somebody good. Be happy with what you got. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Once again, I'm Jeff Lighty Jr. at the Black Boss Channel. You can follow me on Instagram at JLighty7, on Instagram and Twitter at JLighty7, and on Facebook, it's Jeff Lighty Sports. On Facebook, it's Jeff Lighty Sports. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.